Welcome to episode 18 of my podcast, The View from the Crow's Nest. And today is going to be definitely a short episode because I am very tired, for one. And for two, I don't really have that much to share with myself or with you. I spent the entire day, like 10 hours straight pretty much, beavering away at the computer, working on behalf or for my brother's startup, and then for myself, and both of them were basically the same task, which was web development. So for myself, for the Grip the Sky experience, and for my brother, for his business. The interesting, couple of interesting things that happened though that's given me some thought is my brother is so my brother's brought on, he's got a business partner for this startup, and he's brought in two guys that used to work with him in another business that he sold. And then myself as well, plus a developer. So there's a team of, I guess, 6 or 7 of us. And the others, including my brother, have been really, really impressed and really, really pleased with the work that I've done for their website, and keep saying how much value it is and blah, blah, blah. And I really should be, doing that and selling that service and selling those to other businesses, to other people. So it was already my plan to launch an agency, and that's definitely going to be coming. He did give me a very good idea about it though today. So the agency I bought years and years ago, I got the brand audience.ninja, and the idea was to actually create an agency more focused probably for creatives and musicians, but nonetheless, and I've had that brand kind of like 5-6 years. So it was always my plan with it, and I had a logo I designed a bunch of years ago, which is kind of like a ninja. And my brother said, it was a very good idea. He said, if you just productize some of the services that you've got, which is something that, again, I would do anyway, and productize effectively, rather than you saying, we'll create a website for you. You create a product, give it a name, and that product includes creating a website. But it's just, all brands do it, all successful companies do it. They productize anything, even if it's a service, they'll still give it a name, give it its own identity, etc., that separates it from what the company does. So it stands on its own feet. And he made a really good point. He suggested, you should offer like yellow belt, green belt, blue belt, and play on the audience ninja idea that you're a ninja, and have the dojo, maybe like the training dojo, because I was making training videos as I was working on the site. I was making training videos for the team, for my brother's company, so that they could take on these tasks, etc. And I thought that was a really great idea. So definitely already we were planning on launching Audience Ninja, and now we're going to launch Audience Ninja with, with products that are, yellow belt, etc., etc. So I thought that was very cool. It's a very good idea. And it was lovely to get that feedback that, you're doing something that's really high value for other people. And this ties into something that I've covered a fair few times, or mentioned or spoken about on the podcast, which is if you can provide value to people, if you can do something that really helps other people, whether you're doing it for money or not, that's a huge, huge benefit. And you might be sitting on all these skills or all this experience that enables you to give value for people, and you might not even realize it, because to you it comes quite natural, or you've trained so well in it that you can do it really quickly and easily. But nonetheless, if you can provide value to people, then that is the best way to build a business. Rather than trying to sell somebody something that they may or may not want, if you provide great value to them, they're going to be very eager to buy it. So that's a good endorsement and a good reminder of that. The other thing that happened today on the same flex, which was a very interesting reminder to myself, is, as you probably know, I work predominantly on my own, or pretty much always on my own, sitting in my room, working away on my own projects, etc. And it's been quite a long time since I've worked with a client or for a client. And it's definitely been an even longer time since I've worked in any kind of thing resembling a team. And as a consequence, in terms of like my day-to-day work, I obviously have a team, a wonderful team for UK Open Mic, the open mic business I have, the guys on the ground doing the, delivering the service, etc. And I speak to them, etc. But it's different when you're kind of all working on the same thing at the same time, to deliver something. And because my brother brought in these guys, I was having a lot of backwards and forwards messages and phone conversations with these guys today. And it was a strange kind of double-edged sword in a way, because on the one hand, it was really stressful for me, and I guess it's because I'm not used to dealing with other people in this kind of context. But I was a bit like, come on, I've got my own stuff to do, and now I've got to do this stuff for these guys, and they're messaging and they're calling and blah, 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 blah. So on the one hand, I found that a bit stressful, and it really slowed down my own work. On the other hand, it was really nice to actually feel the energy, even if they're in a different country than I am in. I think one of the guys is in India, a couple of the guys in the UK, I'm in Italy. So definitely an international team here. I think one of the guys is in Ireland. So it was, it was really, it was a good energy, even though it's just mostly, WhatsApp or WhatsApp calls or whatnot. And it reminded me, again, something I've mentioned recently on the podcast and a bunch of times, that team is so important and is the key to both growth, which is what I talked about previously, and, scaling up and what have you, and achieving your goals. But also I realised today as well, it's the energy that gives you when you're not working on your own, when you're doing something and somebody else is giving input or waiting for you to do something, but equally when you're doing something else and then somebody comes back to you with work that they've done to move something forward. And that's a really good feeling. So it was a reminder to self more than anything to kind of, it can be good working with people, even with clients. It can be very beneficial, aside from the obvious, just from the not feeling like you're all on your own kind of thing. Anyway, as I said, it's going to be a very quick episode today. And these were just really my thoughts of the day, so not really much has happened. Been working on web development, going to start the agency Audience Ninja probably quite soon. And that's all I got for you today. So thank you very much for listening. If you're interested in Audience Ninja, you can head over to audience.ninja. And I put together today in about 1 minute, I put together a holding page, so there's nothing to see, but you can go there and email me off the back of it, or come over to Twitter at Romeo Crow, and that's a really good place to say what's up and ask any questions, give me any feedback, etc., etc. Have a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful night, wherever you are in the world listening to this. Thank you very much for your ears. Toodle pip.